Once again, we are here at the Winner's Well. Figure we stay outside. Just come out here, do our WW when we come out here and get our good old walk on, add another W in there, because that's how we're going to continue stacking victories. We're not going to be defeated by circumstances, regardless how uncertain and complex they may be at any given time. Our routine is something that is so beneficial to launching us, being a launch pad into success throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the quarter, the year, and so on. This always stems from a plan, intention, etc. Right? So there's foundations in this in order to create a win. Right? It's not just wake up, go, and then victories fall in your lap. This is how a lot of people find frustration throughout the day. This is how a lot of people get depressed throughout the day. This is how a lot of people, they fall short of their goal, and then they end up falling flat on their face, right? But we're not doing that. I'm actually adjusting my route. As you see right now, I've done a complete 180 because I'm a winner and I will not be defeated. But I haven't been out on the trail for a while. This series is planned to get you guys out into nature, inspired, intrigued with the surroundings that you'll see me talking on, the different trails, the different trailheads, the different waterways, the different areas that I like to explore, sit down, camp, think, ponder, etc. And I'm just hoping that those different vistas, those different views are going to give you some inspiration. So we're just taking some bends around the blocks right now, but again, still some beautiful green, some yellow around here. If we were to say, okay, we can't go to the desired location where we want to give this inspiration, where we want to share this knowledge, where we want to give out this productive digital media to the world, to you and yours, then it just would not happen, right? Because the people that are doing it are what? The people that are doing it. They're making it happen. That's right. So if I was to allow said circumstance that occurs on earth, that has happened to each and every individual on this earth, then how am I going to expect to raise the vibration of the planet? How am I going to expect that my existence is going to help somebody else's existence for the positive, for an elevation? Can't. It's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. So today, we're going to speak about drive. Today, it's all about the execution portion. Not the end point, but that middle game. So, we know that there's chaos, so we keep composure in it. We have a knowledge of ourselves, so we're aware of the situations that can bring out the most success from our highest potential. We're also aware of the situations that could harm us because of where we are weak, or where we are not as fortified, or where we may not be as knowledgeable, right? Those are the two key aspects. The next component, just as important, is the care for your craft, right? Now, drive is going to be the glue that keeps those three together so that you can get to that final visualization, so you can get to that original intention, right? Again, it's not just a hop out the bed, roll out the bed, jump in the car, and then you pop up in success, is wherever you put your blinker on. It doesn't happen like that. And even when you have the best intention, the best plan, and when you feel you know yourself, but you're not fully aware of the depth of your field or the people that surround it or share that field with you, you can't guarantee yourself success. In fact, you can't ever guarantee yourself success, but you can guarantee yourself the highest potential outcome, right? And when you cover these three bases and then you glue them together with drive, that is when you can always, you will never fall short of this, your ultimate potential outcome. So that means regardless of what the circumstance or the scenario was, regardless of what bridge may have failed or what may have fallen through, given what your prerequisites are, given what your presets are in terms of skill, effort, application, and intention, then your outcome, we would say, would be 96 or 97, right? It's not possible for it to be 100 in this case. Your highest potential may have been 89 or 97, and you reach that. Okay, so that's the key. That's the full victory. That becomes initially your new 100%, right? You have to factor in everything that goes into the equation that may change the outcome for the better or for the worse, right? Composure in chaos, because it's going to come. Knowledge of self so that you can put yourself in the best position to win consistently. Care for your craft, not just knowledge of your craft, but care for it, meaning you are future focused about it, about this. You're being a steward with the intention of creating more stewards, better stewards in the future in your lane, right? And then drive in order to make sure that when those days are a bit gray, when those days may seem bleak or unguided, or when things seem to be coming unglued, then you have to be able to drive through that. You have to be determined, right? You have to put one foot in front of the other. You have to rely on not just your routine and your habits, but now you have to start relying on your composure. Because sometimes it's just going through the muck and the fog in order to get back to solid ground where you can realize that, okay, nothing has really changed. It was just a bit of a rough spot, all right? So you have to drive through that. You have to be dedicated to get through to the other side. You've entered the tunnel, even if the light seems real small, it's got to end if you're still breathing. Okay, even if it's dark on both sides, one foot in front of the other. Stay driven, revisit your morals, revisit your goals, revisit your intentions. What got you into the middle of that, right? Assess how you may have turned left or right. Maybe you took the wrong exit, you know? Maybe you took on some extra passengers that shook you off of your original route. Didn't account for that. It is always a bit more difficult than it is to say when putting it into action. But in theory, it is this simple. So, what is key in making victories, in developing sustainable progress that will eventually come to championships at the end of the seasons? What is going to be key? When things get shaken up, when things are a bit gritty, when things are unstable, right? Revisit the theory. Revisit the theory and convince yourself that it's easier than what the effort makes it seem like it is. Revisit the steps that we've covered thus far, these first 4 steps. Mark them out. Create maybe, you remember the connect grid? You remember the matching on the test? They have an object on the right, and then they'll have the word on the left. Clearly we're in the mirror, so I pointed the opposite directions, ha ha ha. But yes, so they'll have the object like balloon here, and then they'll have the word balloon like here. Then they'll have like bike, the word bike here. Then they'll have like a bike here. And then you just draw the line from object to word. Do that with your goals and intentions, with your vision, and then also do that with the theoretical steps that we've already laid out. Then you'll be able to get yourself back on track. And once you have those clear lines, it's almost this simple. Once you have those clear lines, you can begin to revisit the steps from start to where you currently are, where you feel a bit lost, and you can find exactly where you deviated from your initial plan, intention, or goal. Okay? So, of course, as always, it's a bit more difficult in practice, consistent practice, than it is just in speak. But when it does seem difficult, it's more than crucial. Nothing else matters at this point when you've reached a dark spot than to revisit your plan, because somewhere along the line you may have deviated, or perhaps your vision has become a little bit cloudy or narrow, right? So that could be causing dimness. It may not be heavy cloud cover, so to say. It may be that you've become so narrow, so focused on the goal, so narrow, so focused on the path that you're on, that you're not able to see the light rays, the shafts of light that are coming in from different directions, right? So stepping back, looking at the theory, looking at the intention, the plan, and the goal, trying to find where you've deviated from that, you can set yourself back on track so that you can go get that victory, right? Consistency is going to be key, but drive is going to be the glue that's going to hold together those foundational 3 components. All right, keep composed, know yourself, love your skin and what's within. And of course, keep a future-focused care for your craft. Stay driven. I know you're gonna get victories. I look forward to hearing about them. Drop them down in the comments. Please, if this was inspirational, if it compelled you, if it recentered you, share it with somebody that you love so that they can be on the same vibrational frequency as you. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Peace.